Here we go. We are loading on in to our fresh best of 3 series, our first semifinals of the night. If this goes quickly, we could catch the lower semis as well. And we'll see. We'll see what we can cover. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. As we are loading into Dragon Scales and spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player representing himself and also giving a bit of a shout out to his old team. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the Dark Horse, the underdog himself. He 2-0'd hero, he 2-1'd classic. It's the Chinese Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the PG. It is Jieshi. I apologize if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I remember for a long time, this is like Heart of the Swarm era. I remember a lot of the casters used to call him Jieshi. They used to call him Jieshi. And then a couple of years ago, it was in 2020, I was casting alongside Jet. For this is a deep cut. Shout out to the people that remember Jet. I used to cast with her a couple of years ago. It's great time. Of course, she actually is familiar with Mandarin and Cantonese, and she was correcting our pronunciation. We used to say Jieshi, and we used to say oh my god, Shigua, I think. No, sorry, was it? Oh god, no. What did we call him? Shigua, I think. And she explained that it was Jieshi and Sugwa. That's it. So we kind of adapted our pronunciation after that. But yeah. Sugwa, of course, being watermelon. Great guy. I loved him so much. So yeah, shout out to Jet, aka Alex from back in the day. Unfortunately, we haven't casted in a while. Nowadays, she streams Minecraft. She's a Minecraft speedrunner. It's a bit of a sad story. For those who don't remember, Alex is a Zerg player, and she used to ladder a lot and play a lot. But she suffered, kind of like Beyond, she suffered from wrist issues. She used to get a lot of wrist pains, and that actually forced her to stop playing StarCraft, and as a result, kind of stopped casting StarCraft as well. Kind of stepped away from the scene a little bit. So, tis a shame. That's why everyone, take care of yourself. Stretch, look after your wrists, look after your fingers. We all love to ladder, but in moderation. In moderation, fam. Take care. As we are getting into this, and we do see GuMiho going for a bit of a 2-gas opener. Going to be delaying his CC a little bit more to prioritize his factory production. Meanwhile, across the map, he did, of course, scout with his Reaper, and he's been able to see everything. He spots the Stargate opener from Jieshi, is even going to be able to get a 3rd probe. Oh my, can he get a 4th? This is getting a little bit out of hand. Oh my, he wants it! Oh! 4 probes going down here. 3 from the Reaper and 1 across the map. This Reaper even escapes, it gets the economic damage done, and also scouts the tech as well. So GuMiho, this Reaper does more than it needed to. And back at home, he's just going to be transitioning perfectly fine. He knows to prepare for an Oracle as well. We see his Cyclone is out. His Cyclone is actually, oh my god, he wants to catch the Oracle as it moves out across the map. No, Jieshi, no. Oh god. Okay. The Cyclone pulls back. It was actually in path of the Cyclone, by the way. If the Cyclone had stayed here, it would have gotten a lock on. GuMiho pulls back. The Oracle will make it across the map. Oh, and we'll be at least getting 1 worker kill. The Cyclone's gonna be able to push it back though, and again, this Oracle would have loved to have gotten a little bit more damage. At least Jieshi keeps it alive, and oh, he doubles back in. Very nicely done. He does end up juking the Cyclone. GuMiho was not anticipating this whatsoever, so 2 more SCVs are going to be going down. Oh no! But he overextends and he takes a lot of hull damage. Oh no! Puppy! Oh god! Okay, he does go all the way into dead space. Finally, he is safe and sound and will be recovering those shields. But again, loses a lot of HP. Meanwhile, across the map, we are transitioning. We have our Twilight Council being thrown down. We have 3 gates behind this as well. Of course, Warp Gate was delayed in favor of that Oracle. And Oh god, this is going to be a pretty big window where Jieshi doesn't really have a lot to his name. Jieshi has 3 adepts. These are all, like, he's so greedy. He's taking his 3rd base before he even has warp gate. Finally, he can warp in defensively, but GuMiho is here with a massive supply advantage. Ay. Because of his opener, he wasn't prioritizing these tanks after that cyclone. And this may just be too much. Every adept gets focused down. The shield battery is going to be going down as well. The tanks are going to be sieging, and we are going to be forced to cancel this 3rd base. There it is, a very late cancel at that, as in the 3rd was so close to finishing. The Viking even lands to add to some DPS. Meanwhile, across the map, the Oracle did go ham and did get 5 SCVs, but we need more than 5 SCVs. Jieshi being punished for his greed here. He warps in another wave of Stalkers. He goes for the overcharge, but the shield battery was exposed. And GuMiho, he just has too much. It's just a numbers game at this point. We do see the Stalkers coming in from behind for a little bit of a surround. Does take down one of the tanks, but now we even have a Liberator here on the front lines. GG gets called, and GuMiho will be taking game number 1. GG. Solid opener there from GuMiho. His initial Reaper as well was doing not just damage, but also giving him so much scouting information to prepare back at home for what was to come. And yeah, Jieshi just cutting a couple too many corners off of that as well. I don't blame him for trying to get away with a faster 3rd base and for delaying his tech and delaying his Twilight Council and the rest of his production. But alas, he was unable to confirm what was coming his way, and yeah, GuMiho with a solid push takes game 1. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to I want to give a massive shout out to Quanta. I was curious. I couldn't read the Korean letters, so I didn't know who raided us. But Quanta with a raid of 23. Thank you, papi. Thank you. Gracias, papi. Gracias. Much love to Quanta. We were able to cast him earlier. Of course, he is an amazing Korean Terran player. Did get eliminated from the tournament, but I hope you had a great time. I hope you enjoyed your tournament results, as well as your ladder session, as well as your stream. So thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it, as we are continuing this series, getting into game number 2 of the semifinals. I resent the statement, we all love to ladder. True. Alright, vamonos, papi, vamonos, as we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the South Korean Terran player representing himself. He is the free agent. Consider picking him up. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent, the Chinese Protoss player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Jieshi. Oh, GuMiho, calm down, papi. Oh god, it is only going to be sending out 1 SCV, so only a single proxied Rax. This isn't the most committed proxy, so this... From here, we kind of go into a couple of things. We should be seeing some Reapers obviously coming out from this Rax. This SCV should be making its way towards the natural and throwing down a bunker as well, just to disrupt the economy. Very uncommitted, but has a lot of potential to slow down the Protoss. Meanwhile, Jieshi is anticipating this. He's looking for a proxy, checks here towards the left-hand side, towards the south as well. He is paranoid about GuMiho throwing down some Raxes on his side of the map, and he is correct to be paranoid. Unfortunately, he doesn't find it. It's okay, it's only 1 Rax, it's not the biggest of deals. So GuMiho is going to be transitioning back at home, just taking additional gases. Oh. And we'll see how Jieshi responds. We'll see if he can scout his natural in time as well. I was assuming that this SCV would make its way towards the natural for the bunker, but GuMiho is actually keeping it here hidden instead. Oh, as Jieshi even, yeah, even goes down, throws down that pylon as well. We have the factory back at home. And we'll see how strong the defenses are here. Oh my god, I was curious. I was like, why is he not going for the bunker? Why does he want to keep this even more hidden? And it's for a tech lab. He's going to be going for proxy marauders behind this alongside Hellions. Oh my god. GuMiho has no chill. Meanwhile, his first Reaper gets into the main base and the probe micro is not good enough. 2 probes have already gone down. He's looking for a third. He will get a third. Oh my god. And this is getting worse and worse here for Jieshi. I mean, right now he's struggling to keep up with the first Reaper. This is going to be keeping his attention back at home as well. He's not going for a scout across the map. He doesn't know what else is coming his way. We even have a proxy starport as well. I assume this is for a medevac drop, but it's GuMiho, so I don't know if I should even assume anything. Oh god. As GuMiho is going to be just dragging the Adept here out to the map. Medevac is on the way. Marauder drop is being set up here. Not just Marauders, but also Hellions, bear that in mind. So Marauders can focus down pylons and can focus down units. Hellions, their role is going to be to get into a mineral line. And there is no wall. There is no way to stop this from just running on into the natural, or even the main. Jieshi unfortunately hasn't set up any defensive shield batteries, so there's no shield battery in the main base or the natural. He is working off of a single gateway right now. He has a second on the way. And Warp Gate is going to finish up in time, but here we go. GuMiho, he just dives on top of the first Stalker. Oh, GG gets called immediately, and GuMiho, in what feels like less than 10 minutes, is going to be taking the series 2-0. GG. Wow. He's, you know, he wants to go to the finals, mate. He's got some place to be, all right? He's got plans tonight. GuMiho, he's got to go, puppy. He's got to go. And GG. Congratulations. GuMiho in full control this entire series. Jieshi unfortunately wasn't able to really get into his game. Game number 1 was brutal just because of the openers. His tech got scattered and everything got delayed as a result, and he was trying to be greedy. Game number 2, unfortunately, he wasn't able to read the situation accurately, and he himself, if you saw, he was going for not just off of 2 bases, that Twilight Council, he was going for a Robo as well before his second gateway. He wasn't throwing down any shield batteries either. He didn't go for a probe scout. Just completely in the dark as to what GuMiho was doing. GG. Well played. Oh, well played, puppy. Well played. As we just update the admins, and GuMiho will be moving on to the grand finals. Even though Jieshi's run ends here in the semis, he still makes some money because top 4 do get paid out. And I'm sure Jieshi is still feeling good about how he got here. Again, it's not easy to 2-0 hero and 2-1 classic. Jieshi still had an amazing tournament run, and I hope he is able to take from that and be content with that and not take this loss too hard. You know, he already exceeded so many expectations, went further than a lot of people thought he would. So, well played, Jieshi. Well played. As he will be bowing out, and we will be getting ready for the lower semifinals. I'm pretty sure that Dark and Cure are still in game 1, which means we can sneak and slip ourselves into game number 2.